Hello and welcome to this video about the Families First Coronavirus Response Leave. Today we're going to talk about what FFCRA is, how it works, and how you claim it. So FFCRA was created to help small businesses, the owners, and I should say nonprofits as well, the owners and their employees, to cover the leaves of absence that were needed under COVID. This includes everyone from, if you're just a sole proprietor and it's you and you're that wonderful family care provider providing care at home, or if you have up to 500 employees and anything in between, you're eligible for this. This includes time off for COVID illness, for quarantine, for caring for family members with COVID, or for caring for your child because they could not be in childcare or school. Now, it's important to note, this program was active from March 15th, 2020 to September 30th, 2021. So you're probably saying, gosh, why are we talking about this if it's ended? Because you can retroactively claim this. So if you found out now that you're eligible, let's say for, August 2020, we're going to talk about how you can still claim these credits. So, if even though we're past this time, we can still use this program historically retroactively. So what's the benefit? If you had a COVID illness or quarantine, you get up to $511 per employee per day. So that's up to, and what you do is you do their average salary. If you are a sole proprietor, this is going to be based on your Schedule C, line 31. So you're going to take that number, and there's a formula for developing a daily rate. Now, keep in mind, we're going to talk about how you do this. This isn't necessarily you getting out your calculator, right? But that's how much it is. If it's, and that's for COVID or quarantine, if you were caring for a relative with COVID, you get 2/3 of your pay, up to $200. So there's two different pools of time that you could use for this. From March 15th, 2020 to March 31, 2021, you got 80 hours, right? So for example, we had a provider, and then you get, I should say, after April 1, 2021 to September 30th, 2021, you get another 80 hours. So for example, in a different state, we had a provider we were working with who needed some time off in January 2021. She needed 2 weeks. Then, unfortunately, she needed more time off in May of 2021. Now, because it was past April 1, she was able to take 2 weeks off for the first part of the year and another 2 weeks later in the year, because you get these two different piles of hours. If you're caring for children out of school, you get 2/3 of your pay, up to $200 a day, and that's for up to 10 weeks. This is, the definition of this is that when your school or childcare provider is closed when it is regularly open. So this includes remote school. So many people in spring of 2020 had to go through remote school and do that, and this is included in it. And that's, one of the things that is eligible was that time you were spending on it. This can be up to 10 weeks. It can be intermittent. So do know that you don't have to, it's not that you necessarily had 5 full-time weeks that you were working on this. It could be, we had one provider where she was splitting remote school with other family members, and her day of the week to care for their child during remote school was Fridays. So she was able to charge every Friday up to 50 Fridays, right? Because 10 weeks, 8 hours a day. And so doing that intermittently, it could really add up. How do you claim the benefit? First and foremost, keep a payroll report, keep a record. If you're a sole proprietor, write down the days that you're counting and why, right? It doesn't have to be an extensive thing. This isn't War and Peace, right? It could just be simply, I had COVID from April 1st to April 15th, 2021. If you are If you have a payroll report that you can provide, right, where you can document it. If you have W-2 employees, that's great. Alerting the IRS, if you're a W-2 employee, you are going to do this on a Form 941X. So you're going to contact your payroll provider and you're going to say to them, we have some employees who we found out are eligible for FFCRA leave. And so we need to do an amendment to our quarterly tax return for payroll taxes, which is your 941. If you're a sole proprietor, you're going to do it one of two ways. For 2020, since that tax year is ended, you're going to want to do a 1040X. See a theme here. If it has X, it means an amendment, which means I'm now changing my 1040. You could do this through the software you use online or through your tax preparer. In the current year, right? So if let's say you haven't done your 2021 taxes yet, you could use a Form 7202. For many of you, if you're talking to your tax preparer, if you just say, I need to use FFCRA leave for 2021, they'll take care of the form. Don't worry about it. And if you're using online software, same thing. If you're a 1099 employee, this is going to go potentially in your Schedule C. And again, you're going to do a 1040X to amend it. Once you've alerted the IRS through one of these vehicles to your eligibility, you receive a check. It's a normal rainbow colored IRS refund check. So there's no forgiveness process. This isn't a loan. It's what they call a refundable tax credit. So it comes back to you in cash. You may need help on this. If you do, we have free business coaching available. You can view resources at indianaspark.com, and there's a training calendar there, which has some ability to learn more. There's also free one-on-one business coaching, and you can sign up for that here on the link that you're seeing below. And that will allow you to talk to a business coach in either English or Spanish, whichever you prefer. And we can specifically talk about your needs. We hope you stay well and that this information is useful and helpful. Thank you.